Good morning. So myself, MD Rizwan. I'll be dealing with general studies, geography segment for you, and also geography optional. We'll begin with today basic understanding of geography for general studies, the segments of geography, what are the component and weightages, and the first part of physical geography, that is geomorphology. Now, moving into the weightage of the subject. So, geography constitutes in prelims, the number of questions from this segment will be around 12 to 15. In mains, geography is scattered in two papers, that is general studies paper 1 and general studies paper 3. There are two parts of geography in two papers, GS paper 1 and GS paper 3. Here in GS paper 1, you can expect 5 questions from geography, that is world physical, and in GS paper 3, you can expect 7 to 8 questions. So overall weightage of geography related segment in mains will be around 150 to 175 marks. 150 to 175 marks in mains exam. In prelims exam, 12 to 15 questions, plus there will be questions on ecology and environment, which are also related to geography. So 4 to 5 questions you can expect in ecology and environment, which constitute the fundamental aspect, fundamental concepts of geography. Now, see the references. So first is the class notes that constitute the basic framework of the topic. Number 2 is NCERTs. You can prefer the new NCERTs. This will be class 11th and 12th. Class 11th and 12th NCERTs. Here the most important book will be Fundamentals of the Physical Geography. There are two titles here that you have to read. Physical Geography, and second is India Physical Environment. India Physical Environment. Now, the third reference is Certificate in Physical and Human Geography by G.C. Leong. Certificate in Physical and Human Geography, G.C. Leong. Here, the topics to be done in a selective manner. Not all the chapters are important. This to be done along with the classes. Whatever topics are covered in the class, accordingly you can follow in G.C. Leong. Not every chapter is important. Remember, this is a bit technical book. The language of this book is a bit difficult. Those who are preparing for the optional geography, it will be useful more. For general studies, only certain topics are important, not all the topics of G.C. Leong. So I will suggest here, after doing the class notes and NCERT, the same topic can be repeated from this book, right? Now, and the last will be your material provided by the institute, that is yellow book, which will be provided in two parts. that is general geography and Indian geography. See, the material provided by the institute is updated, and you can use this for the factual information, factual part of the topic. So obviously these things may not be covered to that extent, facts may not be covered to that extent in the classes. You can take the support of the material for the factual part, information base of the topic. And the last is refer atlas. Now to begin with, if you are beginner for in map reading, you can go for Oxford Student Atlas to start, and over a period, after getting an understanding of certain themes in the map, you can upgrade to the Orient Black Swan. These are the publications. So you can initially start with, because see, reading from the Oxford Student Atlas is easy because the themes are segregated. So you'll find a map of, let us say, Europe physical, Europe political, or it is India physical, India political. So it will be easy to identify the locations and look at the physical features of that location in the map of in maps provided in Oxford Student Atlas. But what happens in Black Swan is there is a overlap themes will be there. So sometimes it is difficult to reach to a particular location in case of Orient Black Swan. So first start with this, then you can upgrade here. Now these are the basic books where you can cover almost entire syllabus of geography for both prelims and mains exam. Now apart from this, obviously the faculties who are going to deal with other segments of geography, they will also suggest you what are the topics in particular to be dealt from certain sources. So there may be some additional source, but these are the 80% of the syllabus can be covered from these sources. Now, so let us see the syllabus of GS geography is divided into two parts. Here is world geography. This is first segment, and Indian geography, this is second. Now, in world geography, there are two divisions. This is world physical, world physical geography, and world economic geography, or it is also known as resource geography, world resource geography. In Indian geography, there will be three parts. It is physical geography of India, economic geography of India, and social geography. Physical, economic, and social. These are three segments of Indian geography. Now, in general, you should understand the meaning of this. Social geography deals with the study of languages, religion, customs, tradition, tribes. Okay? Just understand it first, then I'll give you in detail. Economic geography, just get the sense of all this. Economic geography is about resources, their distribution, and their utilization. So it consists of economic activities across the globe or across India. When I say Indian economic geography, this consists of economic activities in India. resource utilization in India, distribution of resources in India. Now this will be global, then it becomes world economic geography. So if I say it is the distribution of coal in India, so in regions of India, that is economic geography of India. If it is coal distribution global, this will become world economic geography. Type of agriculture in India, that will be here global distribution of types of agriculture. This will be the world economic geography, right? So this is a difference. So here we are studying in economic geography, we study the resources, how they are distributed across the globe or in India, and how they are utilized through three different activities, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary. Then is the physical. The meaning of physical geography is the study of all natural features on the surface of the earth. Now, what is meaning of natural? All that has evolved along with the earth. So this consists of continents, oceans, plateaus, plains, mountains. All these are considered as natural. They will be the subject matter or content of the physical geography. So when we study these mountains, plateaus, plains in India, it will become Indian physical. If you study the mountain chains of the world, it will be world physical, right? If you study the drainage of India, river systems of India, this will be Indian physical. It is a drainage of Europe or drainage of North America, drainage of Amazon, that will be a part of world physical geography. So this is the meaning of these three terms: physical, economic, and social. Now we have mentioned here social geography in Indian part, but we have not mentioned social geography in world. The reason is there are no questions asked from the social geography of the world from the traditional part. Meaning is, let us say that the tribes of the world. Now tribes of the world means how many tribes will be there? You have hundreds and thousands of tribes. There are a lot of tribes in Central Africa. There are a lot of tribes in Central America, South America. So should a student read all the tribes of the world in the name of world social geography? No. Here what you have to do, the social geography related question for the world will be based on anything which is in news, that is current affairs related question. Any tribe which was in news, that is global. Any language which was in news, any custom, tradition, practices of any other continent which are in news, that should be noted for the world social geography. You should not waste your time and energy in doing the traditional part here. You cannot take a list of all the tribes, list of all the languages of the world, and then remember them. It is difficult. So how to maximize in world social geography? Only related to current. Okay? Now let us see the weightage of these things. I am assuming that there are reference part is clear to everyone, right? Now in case of reference, as someone has asked out whether it is essential to read 6th to 10th NCRTs, I will not suggest here to go for all this reading from 6th to 10th. You can directly read 11th standard, particularly the two books what I have mentioned here, Fundamentals of Physical Geography and India Physical. These are the most essential NCRTs. Okay? Do not waste your time in reading all that from 10 to 6 to 10. The material or the topics which are there in 6 to 10th are already covered in your yellow books. They are compiled there in yellow books, so don't put additional efforts there. 11th and 12th is sufficient for you. Okay? Now prelims, we are assuming that the total number of questions are 15. So how they are divided? Weightage. World physical geography will have around 5 to 6 questions. World physical geography, 5 to 6 questions in prelims. Economic geography of world, this will be generally one question. One Maximum sometimes it is 2, but most of the years it is only one question coming from economic geography of the world. And this also you'll find that has been there in news. This is related to, most of the time it is related to current affairs. Let us say that it is the distribution of uranium production. Now this was related to some convention, this was related to some nuclear deal. So some areas of Australia or some areas of South Africa, uranium mines were in news, right? That will become a part of economic geography. So again, I will not recommend here to go for collecting much of the information from the traditional topic. Now, when I say resource, how many types of resources are there? The list is lengthy. So you have coal, iron ore, then bauxite, copper, zinc, you have many, right? Now, can you collect all the copper mining regions of the world, then all the coal mining regions of the world, all the iron ore mining regions? Now, this becomes cumbersome, right? So here you should not again look for the traditional reading, focus on the resources and the areas of the resources which appear in your current affairs. Okay? Now, in case of Indian physical geography, you get 4 to 5 question, and this is the area where you will get 2 to 3 question based on the map in India, map based question in Indian physical geography. Economic geography of India. Now questions here, economic geography of India consists of chapters like agriculture, industries, and transport. These are 3 main chapters: agriculture, industries, and transport. Plus there can be allied activities like cattle rearing, or it can be fisheries. These are there with agriculture. So aquaculture, white revolution, all the colors of the revolution you will be covering here in economic geography. So here the number of questions in prelims you can expect around 2 to 3. It can be more, but some questions will be related to your economy also. When you say economic geography, you will have 2 to 3 questions. Social geography in India, you can expect 1 question in the prelims exam. Maybe some tribes or language, endangered languages, some customs in certain regions. So that is social geography of India, 1 question. So this is the weightage of the topics or the segments in prelims. So based on this, what should be our priority to or hierarchy in preparation? Maximum weightage is to world physical, and then it is India physical. After that you can look at economic geography. Then last priority will be world economic geography and social geography. In this also we understand social geography of world and economic geography of world, you have to collect the information from the current affairs. Okay, this part is clear to everyone. So because see what happens is I'll find students coming across some material which is available in the market which will describe the list of all these things. It becomes difficult for you to remember. Now for mains, world geography, is it audible at the last? So this world geography is covered in GS paper 1. The questions pertaining to world geography will be in GS paper 1, and Indian geography it is GS paper 3. Now in GS paper 1 we have assumed the total number of questions from geography are 5. How they are distributed? You will get 3 questions from world physical and 2 questions from world economic. Okay, two questions, world economic. And these two questions are from generally two areas, that is agriculture or primary activities, agriculture, fisheries, and industrial regions of the world. Right, these are the areas that the teacher will tell you. Now, in case of Indian geography, the total number of questions we are expecting around 8. Okay, 7 to 8 questions. You'll find there are 2 to 3 questions from India physical. 2 to 3 questions from India physical. Economic geography of India, you'll find here there are 4 questions, 4 to 5 questions from economic geography of India in mains, and there is again 1 question in social geography in mains. Right, now see the weightage here. Where is maximum number of questions that are asked in mains? Which segment? It is economic geography of India. Topics are agriculture, industry, transport, energy, all these things. So 4 to 5 questions will be from this, but its weightage in the prelims exam is less. In mains it is more. Look at this weightage in the prelims exam, only 1 question, and here there are 2 questions, means more weightage for mains. Now in this area, in these segments where there is lot of difference in the weightage of prelims and mains, you should separate your approach for mains paper and for the prelims paper. Means you have to identify what are the topics for the mains exam in Indian economic geography and do it separately. For objective questions, your approach should be different. So you have to separate between the approach of prelims and mains for economic geography of India and economic geography of world. When I say separation, means what? You have to identify the core topics where generally the questions are repeated. Now you will get a pattern. You are going to get a pattern in economic geography of world, in the sense that there are certain segments where the questions are repeated. Like questions are asked on shifting cultivations across the globe. Questions are asked from the nomadic herdings, right? Or this climate change and impact on agriculture. Then questions are on global food securities, right? So these are in world economic geography. So same thing you have to do for this also. But if you look at physical geography of India, there are 4 to 5 questions and 2 to 3 questions. Meaning is, whatever thoroughly you are preparing here, the same thing has to be used for mains. So there is no need for separating the approach for physical geography. Same thing or same topics which are there in the prelims are also important for mains. It is also applied in this case. Same topics which are there for the prelims are also equally important for the mains. What I mean to suggest here is, whatever content you are having in NCRTs and the class notes for the prelims topic, from the same content you can write 150 to 200 words of answer in the mains exam, right? So this is the difference of, so when you prioritize here, you do it according to the weightage. Now I hope this is clear to everyone. Separation, लास्ट में ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है. So we'll begin with the definition of the fundamental concept of geography. Now some basic things that you are going to adopt here. is when you are writing, see that you leave some space at the bottom of the page, some 3-4 lines you can leave here, and this to be used for upgrading that topic. When you are reading back again NCERT or the material, you can add the information, additional information. You can add something from the current affairs related to that topic here. What I want you to do is, there should not be any practice of making the notes separately. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि ये notes फिर class में लिखो and again you go back and prepare a separate notes for this subject. Whatever you are writing in the class, that should be final, right? So for that, it is better to leave some space. Anyway, you will have margins also, you can write, or here you can add the things. Second, most of you are preparing for 2023, right? So this is Feb, and June 2023 will be your prelims exam if this pattern is followed. So roughly you have 15 months of time for your preparation, right? Now this is one time opportunity for you, in the sense you have to utilize this 15 months of time for completing entire preparation of prelims as well as mains plus your optional. So optional has to be completed before the prelims. You cannot do the optional after prelims, or that 90 to 100 days time what you are getting, that is not sufficient for doing the optional. And this 15 months of duration what you are getting now, this is you are going to get only one time. In the sense, once you fall into that cycle of exam, giving the prelims exam, then mains, waiting for the interview call, if you get into service, that is better, or if you are again required to give the prelims, then this will continue. Means generally we have a gap of 100 days between the stages, so you are not going to get more than 100 days of time, or 3.5 months of time between the stages of exam. This you are getting this 15 months in one go. You are getting only once. You remember this. If you are not utilizing it properly, you are not going, or there will be problems in future. Now the issue is, what is your approach? Is beginning is fine, because I think now it is the third class today, second class. Okay, so beginning will be fine. You will be able to maintain this tempo for 1 month or 2 months. After that, maybe because of certain reasons, if you find yourself not that motivated and you don't keep the pace of your preparation with the pace of classes, you will fall back, and that will be the reason for multiplication of frustration, guilt, stress, and easily it will be 1 year. Next March you will say that no 23 to nahi ho sakta hai, then we will be doing in 24. So what is important? From day 1 onwards, you have to be serious towards your preparation. Serious towards preparation means, now here we have classes, plus you have to read the basic things which are prescribed in the class. You have to keep the pace with the topics that are covered in the classes. Initially it is fine, because one class you have now and you are having a time to prepare. But this will not be scenario throughout. You have some more time up to June. From June onwards, when the optionals will start, and maybe alternate days, you will have two classes, 2 general studies plus 1 optional. It will be this scenario. So your 9 hours of time will go in classes only. Then it will become difficult. So use this Feb to April or May, this duration of 3 to 4 months. Complete your NCERTs, whatever is prescribed in every subject. This you can do by yourself, and start writing the answers. Now here you should not wait for writing the answers, because some students will have in mind that let me finish first the coaching, then I will start my preparation. After finishing preparation, I will give the test. No, this gets prolonged. The process gets prolonged. You have to prepare, simultaneously write the answer, simultaneously do the test for that particular topic. In the sense that suppose we have finished geomorphology in class, you should be doing that assessment objective questions of geomorphology. If climatology is finished, you have to do the assessment of climatology. This should be done immediately. Suppose in history, ancient India is completed, do the objective questions of ancient India and see by your own that what is the level of accuracy. If you don't do this and keep it behind, बाद में देखते हैं इस तरह का, if you have this type of mindset, when you reopen this subject after some time, the subject itself is new. Forget about writing the test, right? So this is the problem. And for the mains exam also, you have to begin your writing practice from now. Maybe you can start with the basic things. We will be describing the things, how to write the answers in the classes. But you have to start now. Again, there is no method, there are no classes by which you can improve the answer writing all of a sudden. This is not going to happen. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you attend few classes of answer writing skills and you improve your skill. This is the matter of practice. Practice more, you will be able to improve your answers. If you assume that like what you have done, see, our problem is we come from the system of education which is completely different from the requirement of UPSC. There is a gap. There is a wide gap between what we are adapted to and what is required. We are adapted to a kind of education system wherein we have a syllabus, there are books, you need to read from the books, the question will be from the same content which is there in the books, and you have to omit the matter what we have rectified and we have cleared the exam. But how it is in UPSC, we have notification or syllabus, we have previous year question paper, there is an outline, a blurred outline of the syllabus. From that, we have to read, we have to select our own references, and then we have to proceed. The questions that are asked in the exam are something different from the topics that are there in the books, right? So this gap, you have to fill this. Now, obviously, it will be difficult for you at this stage because we are adapted to a kind of system. First, you have to format that, right? So we have to unlearn that things and we have to relearn the new things. And that is the most difficult task. And this is where most of the students fail. Now, I've been teaching for the civil services exam for last 17 years. This is my 17th year in teaching for optional and general studies. So we have come across these type of batches, many of these batches. We have some 30 batches every year. So around 10-15,000 students. But is it that all these 10-15,000 are really serious, or how many really qualify? The number is very less. Qualifying in the prelims itself, the number is very less. So what makes that person who has qualified the exam different from the person who has not qualified? They were also like you, sitting in front of us. They were attending the same classes. We have taught in the same manner, but few got selected, few were not able to do. Few have been able to clear the exam in first attempt. There were few who did it in second or third attempt. And unfortunately, we come across some students after 5-6 years. They were the students 6 years back. A few days back, I met one student. He was my student 8 years back. Now still he is preparing, means he has exhausted this UPSC. Now he is preparing for the state exams. Now what has gone wrong with such students who were serious at the time but not able to clear? Is it that they don't have the knowledge of the subject? If you catch hold of that person and talk to him and discuss about some topic, you will find that he is having an immense knowledge. He has gathered immense information about the topic. Then why he is not able to even not clear the prelims exam? There is something wrong in the strategy. Okay, so that you have to identify. Okay, so your success depends on three things in UPSC. First is timely completion of the syllabus. This is the most important. Second will be ample time for revision and sufficient number of revision. Here it will not be like your traditional academics where you read one day before and go and write the exam. Now that is not going to happen here. At least 4 or 5 times, these are the minimum number of revisions required. Complete the syllabus in time. Second, revise the things more number of times. Third is the practice, assessment, evaluation, feedback. So you have to take a lot of tests. So when you prepare for the topic, you should also know whether you are able to attempt the questions related to the topics. That requires practice, that requires assessment, feedback. If you go in your own way, keep on preparing, you prepare for 100 years also, you will not be able to clear this exam. Right? Now, completing the syllabus on time. This is going to be the foremost criteria. So now you are starting. Next Feb, you should be ready. This is ideal. Now, fortunately, for all those who started in the month of Feb, this is the most appropriate time for starting the preparation. Now, Feb to Feb, you can complete the entire syllabus. March, April, May, 3 months for revision and assessment, revision and practice. This should be a rough timeline. So, completion in Feb. Now, how to complete in Feb? Or I'll say, why students are not able to complete the syllabus on time? Why? The students are, so if there are 1,000 students, there will be 2 who are able to complete, or I'll say 20 who are able to complete on time. Remaining 980 are not completing the syllabus. Right? Now, when they don't complete the syllabus, obviously there is a kind of confusion whether to attempt or not to attempt. So they don't have the enough time for revision. So obviously they don't fall into this phase of revision. When you are not revising, there is no question of what practice, test or assessment. The entire preparation collapses. There are few, 20, who will complete the syllabus. But when you are completing, that is also important. So there should be at least 3 months available for revision and the same 3 months of duration for practice. If you are able to do this, then the chances that you clear the prelims exam here is high. Now, what has gone wrong? Because majority is here. This is in minority, right? Majority has not completed the syllabus on time. So we should be aware about what are the reasons that the students are not able to complete the syllabus. First thing is they do not follow the syllabus and previous year question paper. This is the mistake. They blindly study the books. They say somebody has said that read from 10 to 12th. Okay. Now it's very easy to say read from 10 to 12th. Read from 10 to 12th ka matlab hai there are 30 books in these classes, and if I take one book for 15 days, right, this itself requires what? 15 months of time completing NCERT, right? Then after 15 months, then you say you start standard books, then it is quality, let us say Lakshmikant, you start from page number 1 to page number or 600. Now you read cover to cover without looking at whether the topic is important or not important. Okay, you are reading blindly. Now that Lakshmikant, that will not be completed first. Okay, and if at all it is completed, it will take 3 to 4 months of time. That is first reading you are doing. Now if for one topic or one subject, one book, you are taking 4 months of time, we have 5 to 6 major, you just multiply, this automatically will take around 3 to 4 years of your preparation. So the problem is syllabus and previous year question paper. You have to be, this type of students are non-selective. Non-selective means they don't choose from the books, they treat everything important, they treat everything. Matlab, see, the most dangerous thing among the civil services aspirant will be the internal conflict. What is that internal conflict? You should not be in the state of ambiguity, you should have the clarity. What is that clarity? I will do this topic, I will leave this. I feel that this is not important. This feeling I got from the previous year question paper, right? So leave it. So you can divide your syllabus 80 is to 20. Means this 20 will cover all the topics which are not important. And so let us say there is a book of 200 topics. So what we have to do, you have to select some 100 topics. Okay, 100 topics from this, and 100 topics are not important in this way. So if you are reading this 100 only, focus is on this 100, you will be easily able to cover the syllabus. So this is the second issue, that the students, they don't go for the selection of the topic. You have to be selective here. If you want to complete the syllabus on time, you have to be selective. Second, or the third important thing is prioritize your topics, prioritize your preparation. Like what I have given previously, you should know what is the weightage of this part in exam, not that this part is interesting. Example, suppose I say it is economic geography of world is one question, right? And you have a book of economic geography which has 200 pages. Should I go for reading this 200 page for this one question? Is it affordable? Is it producing any result, or is it good for me? No, because when I spend, let us say, 10 days in reading this book, instead of that, I would have spent the same time on some high yielding topic like ecology or modern India or art and culture in this way, right? So prioritize that what is needed and what is not needed. Then the last important thing is you should have a boundary of a topic. Boundary of a topic. When you start a topic, you should know that I have to stop. Somewhere I have to stop, right? Where is that somewhere? That has to be decided based on the syllabus and previous year question paper, right? Suppose you study a topic of continental drift. Now, how much I should read in continental drift? So this continental drift is there in NCERT. It is there for 2 pages. It is covered in the class. Then if you go for GC Leong, there are some 4 pages, assume. Fine, that also can be read. If you are having an optional and you go into the optional book like Savinder Singh, you will find continental drift is one segment which is for 10 pages or 20 pages. Now, even if you expertise on continental drift, what is the utility of this topic? You have to write 150 words, maximum 200 words. If you read 100 pages on continental drift, you are writing 200 words. If you read 10 pages, you are writing 200 words. If you do the class notes, then also you are writing 200 words. So what is the enjoyment that you have or you feel in unnecessarily expanding that topic? So the most dangerous tendency that you have to curb, you have to control this temptation, is not get into research mode in general studies. You have to stop somewhere. You have to decide that nahi, iske aage we should not prepare for this particular topic. It may be a part of the optional. So history, you have to stop somewhere in Indus Valley. Beyond this, this will be a part of history optional student. Geography, you have to stop for GS. Beyond this, it will be in geography optional, right? So you have to decide. You have to control yourself. Why? Because see, I think most of you are coming from a professional backgrounds, engineering background, okay, and we have that bad habit of perfection, right? Right hand side equal to left hand side, okay. Unless we reach that, we don't stop. I am saying because I am also an engineer, so it is difficult. It is difficult if you get into the research mode into the topics. Decide that this topic is important. अगर आप एक topic को, now overall how many topics you are having in GS? Let us say there are 500 topics, right? So you have 4 papers and prelims and mains put together. Let us say there are subtopics and all. If you differentiate like that also, there are 500 topics. We have 1 year of time. Simple. So, or you say 400 days are there with you to prepare these 500 topics. What should be your pace of preparation? At least 1.5 topic per day. If you prepare 2 topics per day, that will be more better. ठीक है. So 2 topics per day will finish your syllabus in, let us say, 300 days roughly. ठीक है. So in 300 days you will finish this if you are following this pace. So now one student has started this. One topic he has come across is citizenship. ठीक है. Now he got that article, then law 1955 Citizenship Act and PIO and OCI and all that you are reading, and you got this CAA, recent issues of NRC and all that. Now you got into this research of CAA, right? Now you are watching this Rajya Sabha debates and you are listening to some audios, you watch YouTube, and then in this topic has taken, now you are perfect citizen of India, okay. So this you have done in 5 days, one topic in 5 days. This is the pace of your preparation. And after that, what you get after spending 5 days on citizenship, and let us say one more student, he is a contemporary who has done this topic in 1 day. अब दोनों को क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, he is able to answer, you are also able to answer. If you are, it is asked in means, he is writing, let us say instead of 150 words, he is writing 140, and you are pushing all this information unnecessarily into the mouth of examiner, and you are writing 180 words here, you are filling it, okay. For your additional over smartness, you get a penalty of -4. And he is not so smart, but he gets out of 15 marks, he is getting like 8 marks, okay. And you are getting, this person is getting 6 marks, right? Damage is done here, okay. And 2 days per topic, it was our target, but what is the pace? 5 days for one topic. So 500 into 5 days, अगर ये फॉलो होता है रिसर्च मोड में, तो कितना है 1500 days. 1500 days means 1 year plan becomes 5-year plan. Okay, this is how the plan will change. Okay, are you getting? So here, this is important. Pace of preparation is important, and you should hold your temptations in the topic, whether you like, you are interested in that topic, you feel that it is there in current affairs, lot of buzz around us, there are discussions, debate. ये हमारे लिए important नहीं है. What is important? Whether it is suitable for the prelims or mains, and what can be the approach for that topic. ठीक है? So this you keep in mind. Now, coming back to the class, whatever I am giving in the class, you will be writing along with me, that is as a class notes. Few standard definition I will dictate in between. You are leaving some space in at the end. Add the factual information from NCERTs for each topic. Then next part will be important, that is maintain the decorum of the class, be in the class before time, and most importantly, do not move in between. This is not your college or any, don't take the things granted. If you are taken admission, this only provides you right to sit in the class. This is not providing you any right to move around in the classes during the class. This disturbs the faculty. Okay, I'm talking about in general for all. You have to maintain the decorum of the class, no movements in between. If you feel that you cannot sit for 2.5 hours, it will be better you sit at home and contribute to the welfare of other people who are attending the classes, right? Because if you are doing like this, the faculty get disturbed and the topic, the flow of the topic is abruptly stopped. And let us say, अगर आप कुछ टॉपिक चल रहा है, कुछ बीच में इस तरह से आपने क्रिएट किया, so I'll feel that अरे छोड़ो next topic करते हैं. Okay, now I'll not going to tell you this outside, छोड़ दो next topic, I'll think, okay, and I will do, and I will move to the next topic, right? तो आपको पता चलेगा कि ये टॉपिक बीच में से कट हुआ है? No, faculties are like tailors, right? So they stitch according to the requirement, right? And we know that looking at you, we understand that yes, you are getting this topic, or you are having confusion in so and so area, or this has to be explained, this has to be emphasized. So this, we understand the sense of the class looking at your faces. So that facial expression also matters. Keep the mask on, right? Because you don't have a facial expression, right? So that will be better if you cannot control your temptations. Okay? So we will utilize the time optimally to cover almost all the topics. Now, in case of geography, this will be completed by 3 faculties. Myself will be dealing with 2 topics, that is geomorphology and second is Indian physical geography. This will also include mapping of India. ठीक है? Sanjeev Manocha sir, he will be dealing with 2 other topics of world physical geography, that is climatology and oceanography. He will give you the syllabus of that. And Shivarpit, he will be dealing with the human and economic geography of India and world. So in this way, all the 3 segments will be covered. Now, to begin with, what is a definition of geography? We'll go with the basic definition. This is the study of the earth. Now, this is very crude definition of geography, very preliminary definition of geography, because when I say earth, Earth has two parts. One is the interior of the Earth. The interior of Earth is known as a geosphere. Interior of the Earth will be known as geosphere. And then it is the surface of the Earth. Interior and surface. The study of interior is referred as geology, and the study of surface is known as geography. So we are slightly changing the definition. Geography is more concerned about what? Surface. Geography is more about study of surface features of the earth. The role of geographer is limited to the surface. Geology is the discipline which is more concerned about what is happening interior of the earth, means composition, material composition, rocks, phenomena that are operating inside the earth, that is studied as a part of geology. So we got a definition of geography. New definition is study of the surface of the earth. Study of surface. Now, when you look at the surface of the earth consists of two types of features. One is the natural features. Natural features. Instead of features, we can use the word landscape. So what is a landscape? The features in a given area, the surface features of a given area, that will be known as a landscapes. Okay. And then there will be also a man-made features. Man-made features means all that has been created by man, human activities. So these are man-made features, or the other term used for this will be human landscapes. Human landscapes. So surface of the earth is divided into two, the natural landscapes and human landscape. The study of human landscapes is known as human geography, while the study of natural landscapes is referred as what? Physical geography. So in this way, geography is divided into two branches, two disciplines. One is physical geography and second is human geography. Now, human geography deals with man-made features, right? Now, what are these human landscapes? Human landscapes are the outcome of man's interaction with the surface of the earth. This is human activity. Man is interacting with the surface of the earth. This is going to produce a human landscape. Human landscapes are the outcome of man's interaction with the surface of the earth, right? Now, why is man interacting with the surface? What is the driving factor here? Is the needs. Needs are the driving factor. Man is interacting with the surface of the earth based on the needs in order to fulfill his needs. Now, you can say the human landscapes are the outcome of fulfillment of the needs. Okay, fulfillment of the needs. Now, what type of needs man has? Now, there is a hierarchy of the need. There are theories of needs also. So, there are basic needs. Let us say man's basic need is food. So, what he does? He plows the soil, cultivate the crop, harvest. That is known as agriculture. So, what is agriculture? Human landscape. Man requires some minerals, so he will mine into the interior of the earth. These are mines. Mines are human landscape. Man protect himself from the environment, natural conditions of the environment. He is constructing the house, and there is a collection of houses that will be known as a village, right? So this will be what? again a human landscape. So all the human landscapes, they come into existence as the part of fulfillment of the needs, and wherein man is modifying the surface of the earth. Now, what determines the need? What is determining the need here? Can I say the needs are determined by the population? If population is less, needs are less. Population increases, needs also will increase. So population is an important dimension of the needs. The study of population is known as demography. So what will be this demography? Demography is a branch of what? Human geography. Geography divided into two: physical, human. Now human geography is divided further into first demography, that is study of population and attributes of population. Now when there is a population, these populations are bonded together, they are connected together by what? Language, or they are bonded together by religion or some belief systems. Okay, belief system, custom, traditions, etc. And this will be known as, what is this? This will be known as the study of languages, cultures, beliefs, right? This will be known as cultural geography. So cultural geography is a branch of human geography. Now, this population, in order to sustain, has to utilize R. What is R? Resource. They have to utilize the resources depending on what is available. So let us say people who are living on island, so they will utilize the resource from the nearby area, that is water resources. If people are living in the coastal areas, they will utilize the resources present near the coast. So depending on their geographical location, utilize the resource through activities. What are activities? Primary, secondary, and tertiary. The study of resource and activities is known as what? Economic geography. The study of resources and activities, this will be known as economic geography. Distribution of resource and how they are utilized. Now, study of resource and activities related to the resources is known as economic geography. Like you say, type of agriculture, distribution of industries, trade and transport from one region to other region. All this will be a part of economic geography. Okay. Now, is there relation between culture and resource? Yes. Or activities and cultures, are they linked? Yes or no? So here you see, if it is agriculture, there will be crops that are cultivated based on culture. There will be operations in agriculture that are based on the culture. For example, you see the northeastern states in India, you have shifting cultivation. Now, shifting cultivation is the method that is adopted based on the culture of that population or the tribe. So there is an influence of cultures on utilization of the resource. Okay. Now, populations, depending on the resources, they will be clustered, right? How is the distribution of population in any country or in any region? This is determined by availability of resources and type of activity, right? Most of the population will be concentrated in the areas where there is availability of water, fertile soil, or there is a good conditions of the climate, optimum conditions of the climate. So this determines the population. If more people are engaged in primary activity, what type of clustering we get? We get a village. As the activity becomes primary to secondary, this will be getting transformed from village to town, town to city, city to metro city, moving from primary to secondary to tertiary. More is the complexity of economic activity, different will be the type of settlement. These are known as settlement. So from village to city, these are the places of dwelling, villages, towns, cities, metro cities, megalopolis, right? Megalopolis is large cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Tokyo, Mexico City, or we say it is rural to urban. This is decided by resource and activity, and the study of this is known as what? This is known as a settlement geography. The study of settlements. What is settlement? Group of places of dwelling from village to city. All these are considered as a settlement. How they are connected with one another, how they are interdependent on one another, this will be known as settlement geography. So settlement is influenced by resource, yes or no? Yes. Settlement is influenced by population. Yes. Settlements are influenced by population, yes or no? If population is high, what will happen to the frequency of occurrence of this settlement? Increases. Now take example, a population of UP. The next village in UP will be some 7-8 kilometers. Population of Rajasthan, less. So the next village you will encounter only after 25 kilometer or 30 kilometer. Okay, so this difference you can see once we analyze the difference in population. Can also we say there is influence of culture on settlement? Culture on settlement? Yes, maybe we are not finding it in the cosmopolitan, but cosmopolitan itself is a culture. But we find some cities like European cities, like city of Rome or London, they have the inertia of their cultures, the structure of the buildings, the color of the building, they are representative of the cultures. You see Jaipur, which is also representing the culture, right? So there is influence. In villages, this is very much clear, right? If you look at the houses in the village, you look at the type of roof, walls, color of the walls, painting on the wall, you will find a cultural identity of the people living in that region, right? So cultures are linked with the settlements. Now, if you have population, culture, resource, and settlement, if you combine this area is going to appear unique. This area is going to appear unique, and this will be a birth of a region, and this is known as study of region is known as a regional geography. This is a regional geography. So what is a region? Region has a unique identity. It has homogeneity with reference to populations or cultures or resource and settlements. Okay? So region or regional geography. Now this becomes very strong, very strong. Now suppose this is in India, this is UP. So I say this is a region, or Bihar is a region, or Madhya Pradesh is a region. In case of India, regions have been converted into states, means they are formal, they are identified as a state by the government, by the constitution. So we say regions are formal in India, right? But some regions, they may not be formal, but they are recognized by the people that we have a different identities. They say if it is UP, the people of Western UP, they say that they are different from Eastern UP. Okay, this is, they are identifying themselves as a separate region. Now it was the state of Andhra before 2014. So the people of Telangana, they identified themselves as a different region. Now what is the effect of, or what is the impact of region? It creates what? Regionalism. Regionalism is a force of integration as well as force of diversification. Means regionalism connects the people belonging to that area, belonging to that culture. It creates differences and conflict with the people who are not belonging to that region. Okay, this is known as regionalism, and regionalism is the outcome of this four, right? So just getting this region. So when I say region is an area where people find a kind of emotional attachment, right? Place of birth is a region, belonging to a culture. They exhibit a cultural identity of that region. This may be from the dialect of the language, right? So for example, somebody is from Maharashtra, so he is from Vidarbha region. His Marathi will be different from the region of Marathwada. When I say Marathwada region, his Marathi is different. Vidarbha Marathi is different. Western Maharashtra with Marathi is different. So this has created a kind of resistance, kind of conflict between the populations. This is known as a regional geography in cultural sense. Okay. Now, what is the outcome of a region? It is going to result in demand for separate identity. This can be a separate state or separate nation. So in the past, the countries got divided because of this regional factor. In present day India, we say there is a demand for what? Separate states in India based on this regionalism, right? So there is a demand, previously the demand for Telangana. Now also there are many states which are having the demand like Vidarbha, or it is the region of Coorg or Eastern UP, Western UP, like this. So regionalism. When there are two regions, this is R1 and R2, and they have a kind of resistance at their boundaries, and they compete with each other, this will be known as, yes, this will be known as a political geography, or in short, it is known as geopolitics. Political geography. Political geography is where the two regions are competing with each other. This is known as a political geography. Now, so geography is, all these were the branches of what? Human geography. So human geography is divided into demography, cultural geography, economic geography, settlement, regional and political. These are the branches. Now, here is physical. This is a physical geography. Now, physical geography is about the study of natural features on the surface of the earth. What are the natural components of Earth's surface? This is a land, water, and air. Natural features on the surface of the earth consist of three elements: land, water, air. Land, that is made up of the rocks. This is known as what? Lithosphere. Lithos means rock. Lithosphere. All those features which are made up of rock, this constitute a lithosphere. Water, this will be hydrosphere, this you will be aware, and air, the envelope of gases that surrounds the earth and held by the force of gravity, this will be known as atmosphere. So there are three spheres, natural spheres on the surface of the earth: lithos, hydro, and atmosphere. The study of the lithosphere means study of all those features which are made up of rocks is known as geomorphology. Study of all the features that are made up of rocks. The study of all those features which are made up of rocks and part of lithosphere is known as geomorphology. Here geo means earth, morpho means structure. Structure made up of what? Rocks. Okay, structure made up of rocks, it is morphos. So geomorpho. So what is these features made up of rocks known as? These are known as landforms. So what is geomorphology? Geomorphology is a scientific study of landforms. Features made up of rocks, structure made up of rocks are known as landforms. The study of landform is geomorphology. Now, water. The highest concentration of water is in oceans. So this will be known as oceanography, study of oceans and related phenomena. Study of oceans and related phenomena. Hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is oceans. Major part of hydrosphere is ocean. There is a minute part which is on the land in the form of rivers, ponds, lakes. So this is oceanography. And atmosphere, the behavior of atmosphere is known as climate, and this will be referred as climatology. The study of climates, study of atmosphere is known as climatology. So there are three topics in your physical geography. So first is geomorphology, climatology, and oceanography. In this, I'll be covering this first part. These two will be covered by Manocha sir. Okay? Now, so we got, what is this? Land, water, air. Land, water, air together is a physical what? Environment. This constitute a physical environment. So I'll write E for environment. And what is human geography? It is more about what? Efforts of man, human activity, man's interaction. Now, what you get a new definition of geography? It is a study of relationship between man and environment. Okay, the study of, so we are modifying the definition. We said it is the study of Earth's surface. Now we brought man into picture. So study of relationship between man and environment. Study of relationship between man and environment is known as geography. This is the new definition. Okay? Now, so this is a lithosphere. This one is atmosphere. This is the hydrosphere. This is the region of intersection of the three spheres, land, water, air, intersecting. This will be known as a physical environment. See, I'm not using a word only environment. I'm using here physical environment. So physical environment is land, water, air. When you add a flora and fauna or microorganisms to this physical environment, it becomes what? it becomes a biosphere, biological sphere. So when life is existing on land, water, air, or intersection of land, water, air, or in physical environment, this combination of life with physical environment is known as biosphere, biological sphere. So flora and fauna represent which component of biosphere, biotic or abiotic? Biotic. This is biotic, and land, water, air independently is representing abiotic. So what is a biosphere? It is a combination of abiotic and biotic. So here I can write A plus B. A plus B. Abiotic plus biotic is a biological sphere, and the study of biosphere is known as biogeography. So you get one more branch of geography, that is biogeography. Study of biosphere, a biological sphere, is known as a biogeography. Clear? Now, so here is biogeography is a study of biosphere. Biosphere is A plus B. Now, biogeography is divided into two parts. So you are getting the overall view of the subjects related. So this is A plus B, A plus B, and A plus B. Now this is known as, now what is this? The study of B in relation with A with the focus on B. Large letter indicates focus. So focus is on B and its relation with A. This is known as ecology. Relation of focus on B in relation with A is ecology. Focus on A means what? Focus on abiotic and its impact on B. So this will be auxiliary, right? So this will be known as, yes, this will be known as environmental studies. Okay, environmental study. So when I say it is environmental science, the focus of environmental studies will be on biotic or abiotic? Abiotic component. If it is a person is an ecologist, means he specializes in biotic. So let us say I have a document or a book on ecology. So what is expected in the content or index of that book? It will be lion, tiger, leopard, crocodile, rhinos, their conservation, reproduction, populations, declines, so and so. If I buy a book of environmental studies, what I can expect in the content? Air pollution, land pollution, water pollution, type of pollutants, their sources, micro, macro, and methods for reducing them. Okay, this will be the content of environmental studies, right? Now, can we study B independently? Can we study B independently? Can we study B independently? Can B exist independent of A? No, existence is not possible. But can we study B independent of A? Yes, study is possible. Existence is not possible. If B is studied independently, that will be known as biology. So this is a difference between biology and ecology. Okay. Now, for example, if I get a frog from Western Ghat and give it to a zoologist, means he is a biologist. So what will be his approach? He identifies that frog. He will try to place in some family or the series of animal kingdom. Okay, he may dissect that frog and try to find what kind of vertebral column, internal organs, and all that. Okay. If I give the same frog to ecologist, what he does? First, he will say where it is found. It is found in Western Ghat. Then he will identify what type of conditions of environment it requires, moisture, temperature. Then he will closely monitor what is its behavior, what food it is eating, how it is going to reproduce, all these things, right? So this is the difference between the ecologist and biologist. Okay. Now, these two disciplines, though they are separate, they have to be integrated for the purpose of conservation of the environment. They cannot go independent. They can be studied independently, but they have to supplement and complement each other, right? So an environmentalist is equally required for ecologist, and ecological studies are incomplete, or environmental studies are meaningless without the ecological studies. So these two disciplines are complementing each other. To take an example, suppose this is a river Ganga, and in this Ganga river there are the Ganges dolphin. So a person who is studying this Ganges dolphin, their overall growth rate, populations, etc., he will be what? Ecologist or environmentalist? Ecologist. Now, this ecologist, he has found that in this region, the dolphins have migrated out and the populations of the dolphins in this region have declined. This is the finding from ecologist. But is it complete in itself? Will it be complete research if ecologist is saying that the populations have declined? Then the next question is why? Now, can ecologist alone answer this why? No. So you have to take the help of environmentalist who is studying the quality of river Ganga, pollution levels in Ganga, waste dumping, industrial waste, and its impact on these dolphins, right? So in this way, these two disciplines have to be integrated in order to achieve the objective of environmental conservation. Okay. Now, so this is clear. So what is biogeography and what is the difference between ecology and environmental studies? Now you should be able to tell which is a specialized discipline, narrow discipline, ecology or environmental studies. Which is more specialized? जिसमें specialization का जरूरत है, ecology or environmental studies? Yes, which is more specialized discipline? It is ecology, right? You'll find there are ecologists who have spent their entire life on the study of one particular type of organisms. So there were people who spent on crocodiles, some on tigers, some on birds, like that. But environmentalist, he can do the research on water pollution, land pollution, air pollution simultaneously. He can switch. Therefore, these are environmentalist is having a wider scope. These are considered as wider discipline, generalist discipline. Ecology is a specialized discipline. It has a narrow perspective. Okay. Now, so we got this lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere, and this one is a biosphere. Now, in this biosphere, there is one species. Now, all the other species, how they are living in their natural environment. Yes or no? All the other species are living in their natural environment, but one species which have modified the environment for his own benefit. What is that? This is humans or man. So there is an environment created by man. Environment created by man by modifying the natural environment. Yes or no? Now, if this is a building, this is the human environment created by modifying the natural environment. If Delhi is a city, is an environment created by man by modifying the natural environment. So man has dominated all the spheres. Man has dominated all the spheres and created his own environment. What is this own environment? Known as anthroposphere. Environment created by man. Environment created by man is known as anthroposphere. Environment created by man is known as anthroposphere. Now, see, if you look at the timeline of Earth's history, there have been multiple species that have existed and became extinct. They were there on the surface of the earth, and over a period they were eliminated, replaced by some other species. But none of the species that was there has modified the environment the way man has modified it. Okay, and the man is the most recent one. Okay, this is existing in the recent time, so we can say the period of man. This, now there is a thought, there is a debate that we should identify a period of man on the geological time scale as a separate period. Like there was period of dinosaurs, there were period of reptiles, there were period of apes and all that. Similarly, there should be also a new period carved out for man. The reason is man has altered, man have modified the environment. And what is that proposal? This period will be known as Anthropocene. Anthropocene is the period of man. Anthropocene is the period of man corresponding with the modification of the natural environment. Right. So what is the new definition? Geography is about relationship between man and environment. Now, is this relation static? Yes. Is this relation static or same throughout the history of man? No. The relationship between man and environment is ever changing. It is dynamic because our needs, our knowledge about geography, about resources, technology, skills, tools, these are changing, right? So man in Stone Age was hunting by using the weapons of stone. Today we have different ways of utilizing the resource. So how is this relationship between man and environment today? Is it in the state of balance or imbalance? It is in the state of imbalance. Today's relationship is imbalance. The reason is man has exploited the environment. Man has exploited the environment. We can say man has used, overused, misused and abused the environment in the form of what? Resource. Okay. So this has created a kind of imbalance between man and nature, man and environment. So what is dominating today? Which sphere is dominating today? Anthroposphere dominates, right? So this is lithosphere, this one is hydrosphere, this is atmosphere, these are biosphere. All the spheres are connected with each other. Yes or no? All the spheres are connected, and on the top there is a sphere which has affected all the other sphere. What is this sphere? This will be anthroposphere. So if I draw a pyramid of geography, this is the new approach, a pyramid of geography. Who is at the apex? man. Man is at the apex, man is at the center of the geographical studies because of his ability to modify all the other spheres. Okay? So apex is man. Now, why elephant should not be here or why whale should not be here? Because they don't modify the environment the way man is modifying, right? So man is at the apex, anthroposphere dominates, and this domination of anthroposphere has led to imbalance between man and environment. Now, the question is, who is going to suffer? Man or environment? Yes, both are going to suffer. Here it is, the damage is done by man to the environment. This is immediate. The effect, we can say, the environment deteriorates as an immediate impact, but in long run it is the man who is going to get affected by this. Environment retaliates. Now here the question, this concept is that who determines, who is supreme? Is man supreme or environment supreme? Environment is supreme because the age of environment is much more than that of man. The nature of the environment is much mightier than the nature of man, right? And we may feel for instances that we can dictate the environment, but this is not true. As Darwin said, natural selection. Darwin was the first person who identified the determinism of the environment. He said, nature determines, nature dictates, nature select. Nature is selecting means what? It is the nature which is going to decide who will continue on the surface of the earth and who is going to get eliminated. Okay, so that was known as natural selection. So here man has to operate within the limits of environment, but he is not doing so, right? This has created the imbalance. And what is the impact of these? We are facing several new challenges, like we are facing today the climate change, we are facing disasters, epidemics, pandemic, hunger, failures of the crop, food insecurities, migration, climate refugees, wars, civil wars, so and so. You name the list, name the problems in the list, you'll find all the problems, majority of the problems have their roots in this issue, that is imbalance between man and environment. So, as a geographer, what is our role in the present scenario? Why we have to study geography? We have to provide the solutions. We have to provide the solutions to what? Balance the relationship between man and environment. The role of present geography, the present perspective, is that it is more focused on man and human activity, and also balancing the relationship between man and environment. This is known as anthropocentrism. Anthropocentric means the knowledge of geography has to be applied in addressing the problems faced by human societies as well as environment. Okay, note down anthropocentric. Yeah. Right. Anthropocentric approach. Anthropocentric approach in geography is about applying the geographical knowledge, for applying geographical knowledge for providing solutions to human problems and balancing the relation with environment. Next point, next to write. Present geographical perspective is to make geography more scientific, quantified and applied. Next, yes, getting the meaning of this. So what we are trying to do, we are coming out of that orthodox and superstitious approach of geography, that geography is humanities or geography is descriptive. Means what? The traditional geography was descriptive. So how was the literature of geography? That you study Himalayas and you describe the structure of Himalayas, describe the structure of Ganga, describe the structure of Deccan Plateau. The next question that was raised, by doing all these, for what? Why you have to study geography? Is there any use of this geographical knowledge? And we have searched that. Now we are quantifying the geographical data and using it for the human welfare, right? Solving the human problems. Okay, that is the objective of geography. Now see, when you have any subject, the importance of the subject will be based on how useful it is to the society. Yes or no? If I am studying a medicine, my knowledge is useful for the society, the people will respect me as a doctor because I come to their rescue, right? So my knowledge is useful. If you study geography, then what? This question was raised. So we started changing the nature of geography, and slowly we are now into softwares and using all this quantified data. The nature of cartography has changed, the satellite imaging has changed, okay, and the signal processing methods are used, and all this to be done to find out the solutions to the human problems. Okay. So now, according to, next to right, according to United Nations, geography is a scientific discipline. And sharing of geographical knowledge will determine our future. Sharing of geographical knowledge will determine our future. This is one of the very important statements given by UN. It says that geography is a scientific discipline. You should not treat it as like pure humanities. It is logical, technical subject, and sharing of geographical knowledge will determine our future. Our future means what? The existence of humans as a species on the surface of the earth depends on how they are well acquainted with the geographical conditions and how they use this geographical knowledge to help each other, right? Now, so we have a modern definition. So we have come here that man's geography is about understanding the relationship between man and environment. New definition is geography is the study of Earth's surface as a home of man. The study of, this is the latest one, the study of Earth's surface as a home of man. Study of Earth's surface as a home of man, right? So what is the, how is the definition changing? First study of Earth, then study of Earth's surface, then study of relation between man and environment, surface of the Earth and environment. Now we are saying study of Earth's surface as a home of man. Now what will happen if you add this word home to the identity of man? Yes, study of Earth's surface as a home of man means man is treating the surface of the earth as is his home. Now means, what is the behavior of man, or what is our behavior in our home? We are well acquainted, we know in and out, we are maintaining it, we are responsible, we are responsive to that particular area. If any littering is there, immediately we clean, right? This is what we are, responsive and responsible towards our home. Same thing we have now towards the nature also. Okay, and this is leading to the idea of what? Sustainable development. From here emerged the concept of sustainable development. Unless we treat the nature as our home, we cannot achieve sustainable development, right? Now remaining, you will be having a technical definition of sustainable development. What is that? The fulfilling the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of the future. But इसमें basic philosophy क्या है? This can happen only when we treat the nature as our home, right? So the fundamental philosophy that guides the concept of sustainable development is this definition of geography, right? Now, so finally we conclude that geography is multidisciplinary. Geography has an overlap with many other subjects, yes or no? Geography has an overlap with sociology, it becomes a social geography. It has overlap with political science, it becomes geopolitics. It has overlap with economy, it becomes economic geography. It has overlap with history, it becomes cultural geography. So it is interdisciplinary. And not only overlap, we can say every aspect of man is governed by the geographical conditions. From womb to tomb, from cradle to grave, man is influenced by geography. Can we separate man from environment? Can we separate man from environment? No. Can we study man independent of environment? Yes. Okay. That can be done. Study we can do. But when we say geography, man is always studied along with his environment. What makes history different from geography? In history, you study man and events of man independently. When you study history with geography or with his environment, that becomes a part of cultural geography. When you study economic activities independently, that is economy. When you study resources with their locations, that will become economic geography. Man independently, it will be history, sociology, political science, psychology, all that. Man with environment, that is geography, right? So this is differentiating geography from other disciplines. And today man is at the center of geographical studies. He is into limelight because of all his what? Activities or modifications done to the environment, right? So man is influenced by geography. Culture of man is outcome of geography, yes or no? Culture is like what we eat, what we dress. Okay, this is all cultures. How we appear, this is also a part of geography. It is the outcome of geography. You say racial differentiation of man. Complexion, the skin color is the outcome of geographical conditions. Some populations have dark complexion, some populations have fair complexion. This is also the outcome of geographical conditions. Economic development is also the outcome of geography. Human developments are the outcome of geography. The behavior of the people is also the outcome of geography. Thus, some of the philosophers like Karl Marx, he said the human problems are linked with geography and the solution also lies in geography. So he gave importance to geography in both problems and solution. Aristotle, he said the regions which are with the moderate climate can develop much more rapidly than extreme conditions of temperatures. Means जहां पर moderate temperatures है, not very high, not very low, these regions will develop much more rapidly. Now you look at the world map, where are the most developed countries of the world? These are in mid latitudes, whether it is America or Japan or European nations, you'll find they are in mid latitude. If you come towards higher temperature, you'll find developing countries, and poorest countries of the world are on equator with the highest temperature. So there is some relationship between climate and development, right? Philosophers like Al-Biruni, who visited India, he said that India's culture can be linked with Indian monsoon. Okay, monsoons of India have contributed in Indian cultures. Again, link of climate with culture. Some of the geographers have gone to an extent of saying that the temperament of the people is also linked with geography. The people who reside in the areas with the scarcity of water has short-tempered behavior. Wherever the water availability fluctuates, there is scarcity, the attitude of the people, they are easily irritated because of that anxiety created due to the scarcity of water. People who live in the mountainous region, hilly regions, they are courageous, they are loyal, they are hardworking, but they are not very progressive, they are orthodox. Like you can look at the populations of Himachal, Uttarakhand, Nepal, they are known for their loyalties, they are known for their courage, but they are orthodox, they don't accept the new ideas very easily, right? So these were some of the generalization about the moods of the life of the people that are influenced by the geographical condition. So what is the conclusion here? When you are preparing for geography in civil services exam, you have to look at these dimensions. You should not treat geography like remembering the peaks, then remembering the rivers and tributaries, which boundary is touching which states, Tropic of Cancer is passing through so and so countries, then making mnemonics of that, rectifying the mnemonic, उसका song बना रहे हैं तो ultimately सिर्फ song ही याद आ रहा है ना? तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is there, that facts are there, but for UPSC exam, general studies, that fact only constitutes some 15 to 20% of the subject. Remaining 80% is applied and conceptual. Applied and conceptual. ठीक है? So this is about the introduction. Now we'll start with the first part, physical, note down, physical geography, that is world chapter 1. This is geomorphology. Now, This chapter in prelims, you can expect minimum one question, maximum two, 1 to 2 questions from this. One question is always there from this topics. In mains exam, this will be a part of which paper? GS 1 or 3? GS 1, good. This will be in GS 1, and you can expect 2 questions from this. To 12.5 marks, to it is 25 to 30 marks. For this chapter, refer NCERT class 11 fundamentals of physical geography, to be followed according to the topics that I am giving now. Okay, though the numbers will not match in our list and the index of NCERT, but go according to the topics there. Okay, this book is very important. If you are not having, you can purchase this. This will be useful till the mains also. Now note down the syllabus here. Number 1, landforms and classification of the landforms. So now you are aware about what is geomorphology. Geomorphology is the study of features of which sphere? Lithosphere, land-based features made up of rocks. So that feature is known as landform, and we'll have different types of landform, that is known as classification of the landform. Number 2 is endogenetic and exogenetic forces. Endogenetic and exogenetic force. Interior of Earth, the study of Earth's interior. Earthquakes. Here we will also cover the seismic zones of India. Earthquake in general, one topic related to disaster management, seismic zones of India. Volcanism and study of volcanic landforms. Study of volcanic landform. So what is volcanic landform? That is those structures which are created by outpouring of hot lava or magma. When magma comes out, it gets deposited, it cools, and then creates some structure that will be known as a volcanic landforms. Next is the landforms created by water, glaciers, wind. Landforms created by water, glaciers and wind. Now these are what are these landforms? They are by endo forces or exo force? These are exo forces, means operating on the surface of the earth. So water, glacier and wind operating on the surface. These landforms are known as fluvial landform. Created by water is known as fluvial landform. Then this is simply the glacial landform. Wind is effective in which areas? Wind will be effective in dry regions, है ना? Dry. So dry means desert like condition. The term is arid. Dry means arid landform. The basic things I'm giving. Apart from these, there will be also one topic related to landform. This is known as karst landform. Karst landforms are specific to the region of what is karst topography. Karst topography means rich in limestones. Landforms created over the limestone rocks, created over limestone, is known as karst. Next one is geomagnetism. This is the magnetic property of the earth. Next is surface configuration. Surface configuration of the earth. Surface configuration of earth. Here you will have three topics. This is concept of continental drift. Continental drift. Then it is sea floor spreading. Concept of sea floor spreading. And the last and most important is the theory of plate tectonics. Surface configuration of the earth. It has three topics. So continental drift, sea floor spreading, and plate tectonics. Now, this is the syllabus of geomorphology. Now, in this, what are the topics that are exclusively important for mains? Means there is very less possibility of objective questions in that topic. It will be this one, that is continental drift. So this is for mains, and sea floor spreading is also for mains. When I say mains, means you should have for these the write-up for 150 to 200 words. You should have a structure of answer ready for these two topics, and these are repeated questions in mains exam, short notes. Continental drift and sea floor spreading. Then mains exam, there is also this part of seismic zones of India. This can be there in mains. Seismic zones. Now, what are the topics that are important only for prelims? Only for prelims means you have to study them with objective approach. Okay. So first, landform, this is basic thing. You can start from second, that is endogenetic and exogenetic forces. Then sixth one, that is landforms. All these are important for objective question prelims. Geomagnetism is also for the prelims exam. Now, these are 1, 2, 6, 7. These are important for only prelims. Now, remaining are all important for both prelims and mains. So there is possibility of objective question as well as descriptive question in remaining topics. The most important topic of this chapter is the last topic, that is the plate tectonics. So this is equally very important for prelims as well as mains. Now, all this you will be doing from the class notes plus NCERT, except one topic where you will be getting a handout separately. This is not there in your material also. Here, this you are going to depend more on handout provided and class notes. This is not there in NCERT, this is not there in your material also. Geomagnetism, but it is important. Reason is 2019 already there was a question on geomagnetism, lot of research, there are topics related to geomagnetism frequently in news now. Jaise magnetic storm, shifting of the magnetic pole, these are there in current affairs. In this, what are the topics to be referred from GC Leong? Those who are reading from GC Leong, now this to be done only after completing the NCERTs, okay? But this is like additional. You can do this topic from GC Leong, that is interior of the earth. Interior of the earth. Second, volcanic landforms. This also from GC Leong, volcanic landforms. And the last topic of plate tectonics. These three. Interior of the earth, then volcanic landform and plate tectonics from GC Leong. You can do this earthquakes if you want, but it has a very good explanation in NCERT. So I will not prefer again going for the GC Leong further. But yes, this topic, this is more elaborated in GC Leong with diagrams also. So it will be more clear in that book. So this is the syllabus. Any doubts in this syllabus part? Anything additional you want to know? So we'll start with the first part, that is landforms. So geomorphology is the study of landforms. Geomorphology is a study of landform. What is a landform? The feature on Earth's surface made up of rocks. Are we concerned about the origin of this feature? It should be man-made or natural origin? This will be of natural origin. So that has a natural origin. So any feature that is lying on the surface of the earth, which is made up of rock and is of natural origin, will be treated as a landform, right? Now, so let us say this is a mountain. So this is a landform. Now this mountain is going to have certain height, means it is elevated part. So this elevation is measured from some base level. This is known as a reference level. For continent, what is a base level? Sea level. So measured from sea level, this height. So it creates a variation on the surface. This landform is creating variation, and this height of the landform is known as relief. The height of the landform is known as a relief. So a mountain is a landform. It is elevated from the base. So this elevation is referred as the relief. Now, so this is the surface of the earth, and it has, this is mountain, and this is another mountain. There is a plateau here like this, and in between this there is a valley. So you have mountain, valley, mountain, plateau. So these are different features that are present in a given area. So this area is composed of different types of landforms. It is composed of different types of landform. This is together known as this area which is composed of multiple types of landform is known as landscape, which has different features is known as landscape, right? Now so when there are multiple features in a given region, multiple feature, it will be referred as a landscape. So when I say it is Himalayas, so should I use a term landscape or landform? Himalayas is, see, this is Himalayas. It consists of multiple mountains, Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar, Kailash, Pir Panjal. So there are multiple land. In between them, there are a lot of valleys, there are rivers flowing. So multiple features. So we'll use the term landscape. We say Himalayan landscape, which is having diversity of feature in that region. So if you look from the top, how it appears? Is it appearing flat, uniform, or non-uniform? Non-uniform. This is appearing irregular. This non-uniformity of the landscape is known as, yes, non-uniformity of the surface is referred as topography. Non-uniformity of the surface is referred as topography. Right. So we got the three terms: landform, landscape, relief, and topography. Now, landform is made up of rock. The size of the landform will differ. Some landforms are large, some may be small in size. So there is a diversity of landform from one region to other region. Different types of landform arranged in a given area, this constitute a landscape. This provides a non-uniform, uneven structure, uneven conditions to the surface of the earth. The surface of the earth is not uniform because of difference in landforms. Okay? So there is a need for classification of the landforms. Note down, need for classification or simply classification of the landforms. Landforms are classified based on two criteria. These are basic things, don't expect much question here, just have an understanding. They are classified based on their areas or sizes. Second, they are classified based on their origin, how they came into existence, what has created that landform. So based on the size, this will be known as order of landform. Order of landform, like first order, second order, third order, in this way. Now this will be the largest to smallest. Largest to smallest. What are the first order landform? Largest on the surface. Yes, what are the largest features on the surface of the earth? Continents. These are continents. So continents will come as the first order. Now if you remove the water from the surface of the earth, can ocean floor also be a landform? Yes, that is also a feature of rock, that also can be treated. So ocean and continents are considered as first order. Now this is a continent. On continent, which is the second largest feature? Yes, second largest feature will be mountains. So this will be the second feature. This is mountains. And similarly, there can be also features like plateaus. Okay, mountains and plateaus. This is there in material, you can read, but I'm giving you idea how they are classified. So first order means continents and ocean. Second order means mountains, but not all the mountains. You say major mountain chains. Okay? And third order will be the features like valleys or plains. This will be considered as third order landform. Now fourth order will be still smaller, fifth will be still smaller. In this way, as we move down, the size of the landform goes on decreasing, it is shrinking. But as far as questions are concerned, remember this: first order means continent. If instead of using a word continent, the examiner is mentioning first order features on the surface, means you have to treat it as continent. Second order means mountains. Now, origin of the landform, how the landforms have been created. So there are three origins of the landform. First, the landforms have been created by cooling of the crust. Cooling of the crust. Cooling of the, what is crust? Crust is the outer layer of the earth. So whatever has been created by at the formation of the crust long back, that are known as, this is one process of formation. So the first landforms on the surface of the earth were created by cooling. These were the first landforms. Now they got modified, that is another issue. Then some of the landforms will be created due to the force that come from interior of the earth. This is known as endogenetic force. Endogenetic force created by the endogenetic force. What are these? Like example of landform created by endogenetic: anything created from interior, you say it is a volcanic landform. Volcanic landform, to begin with, volcanic landform is an example of landform created by endogenetic. Some of the landforms can be also created by, exogenetic forces. Landforms created by exogenetic. What is exogenetic force? Which has the origin outside the earth. What is lying outside the earth? Which layer is lying outside the earth? Earth is covered with atmosphere, and atmosphere. So most of the exogenetic forces have their origin in atmosphere. So example for landform created by exogenetic, can I say all that? Fluvial means created by water is exo or endo? Exogenetic, created by river like deltas, plains, created by glacier, created by wind, like sand dunes are created by wind, they are shifted by wind. So this type of features or landforms are known as exogenetic. Okay. So the surface of the earth is always experiencing, now tell me out of these three, which are operating now? 1, 2, 3, which are operating now? 2 and 3 is operating. This has already stopped. Okay, so earth has gained its shape of the crust, or the formation of the crust is accomplished. So cooling of crust is not there now, but there are forces which are coming from interior, operational even today, and there are continuous operation of exogenetic forces. So surface of the earth is influenced by two forces, one from the interior and one from outside, exogenetic. So whatever is created on the surface is the result of or outcome of competition between endogenetic and exogenetic forces. So we'll write here, landform is a function of endogenetic and exogenetic force. Just write it, we'll have a detailed discussion on this. Landform is a function of endogenetic and exogenetic forces. Right, so this is the introduction of the topic of landform. Now here we have to discuss what is the nature of endo and what is the nature of exogenetic and further classification. So that part we'll discuss in next class. I hope you got the clarity on what are the segments and what you have to read. Start reading the NCERT class 11 based on the syllabus what I have given to you. Any doubts further? I will discuss about Lonar Lake is that is meteoritic lake. नीचे ले लो. हाँ. Oh, anything, see, if I say this is the mountain range, which is made up of a same process and consisting of same type of rock, this will be known as a landform. Suppose there is one peak and this is another peak nearby. They are appearing like this, but this is of different origin, this is of different origin. This will be separate landform, this will be separate. ठीक है? To 11th, you go by that title, India Fundamentals of Physical Geography, India Physical. There will be 2 additional NCRTs which you have in 12th class, that is Economic Geography and Human Geography. That you don't do now. You can do later on, only selective, because most of the data that is there in those NCRT is very old. Right? It is better to follow yellow books instead of that 2 NCRTs. Fine. Seismic zones of India included in world. Why seismic zones is in of India is included in world geography? Okay, I'll remove it. What is there? Huh? So I'm including because it is connected, and that is not done by geographer. Okay. So we are looking at integrating that so that it will be easy for you when you study the disaster management. Landscape is a region that has a different multiple types of landform. They may have a different origin. The height of landform is known as a relief, but relief also has further subdivisions like absolute relief, relative relief. In this way, we are not going into that now. Just remember, whatever non-uniformity or elevation that a landform is having from the base level is known as relief. Fine. So remaining we'll discuss in next class. Thank you.